G'day, Zane here, Thermo Solar. Thought I'd do sort of another video on things you need to ask yourself before you go down the route of getting any sort of solar products. Now, really you need to look at the house and how you operate in the house. What have you got running in the house? How many people live in the house? The hours of day that you're at home. If you're at home during the day, then by all means solar PV can make sense for you. If you're a business, sure, definitely if you're a business, jump into it. Doctor surgeries, things like that, office buildings, jump on the solar PV because you'll get such a great return on investment, because you are using electricity when you are generating electricity, which is the key to it, and utilizing what you use. So if you're a large consumer of, say, hot water, turning electricity into hot water doesn't really make sense. Now, solar PV sales reps or salespeople or companies, whatever sort of category you want to put them in, will often sell you a $500 device that picks up when the solar system is over generating electricity, and that will then shift that over generation of electricity into your hot water cylinder on the heater element. So even if you're overproducing by, let's say it's 500 watts an hour, so 500 watts an hour, they'll put it at a 3 kilowatt heater element. It's obviously going to do sort of around the 1/6 of what it would normally do, but you're putting it into the heater element, into the hot water cylinder, and using that as a battery of hot water rather than putting it out to the grid and getting 8 cents as a buyback from your power company. So at that sort of 8 cents, look at $500 a month for a device that does that versus, say, the $8 that you get back from the power company that you'd be saving a month. I'm not very good at maths, but you take $500 and divide it by 8, and that'll tell you how many months it takes you to pay that back. So you really do need to look at how you're utilizing your house, how you want to run it. One solution doesn't fit all. Now, often what I do is go into a home and ask those questions, are you a working class family? And I get quite deep with people, and some people might sort of feel a little bit like I'm a little bit intrusive, but I honestly like to help people and know that what I do offer people and give them is honest advice that you're not going to come out at the end of it and go, oh, what the hell have we done? We've spent this money and we're not getting anything out of it. I like to assure people and have them know that what they're getting into, they know what they're going to get as their final outcome. And at the end of the day, it's releasing some of that stranglehold from that power company. It's one utility that tends to come in each month, and you don't really sort of know what it's going to be. You open it up and go, man, what did we do last month? How is it that we've got such a massive power bill, when you don't really sort of feel like you get anything for it? So in my personal opinion, if you're a working class family, often it's better to reduce than produce. So look at your appliances and what you can do to reduce your electricity costs, your space heating, things like that, to get it down. And LED lighting and stuff like that. LED lighting's not a massive consumer of power in the home, versus the likes of your space heating and your hot water. So having a look at those, having a look at how many people in the house, more people you've got in the house, running temperatures of hot water cylinders. Often if people don't have a big stored volume of hot water, they'll turn the heater element in the hot water cylinder up, so it gives them a larger volume of water. Well, the difference between, say, running that at 60 degrees and 70 degrees is a huge amount of electricity to raise that extra 250 litres by 10 degrees. So looking at how you use your house is the biggest key before investing in solar. There's been a number of people that we've heard of that have invested anywhere between $12,000 and $18,000 and been completely unhappy. Now, if you are of the age of, say, 60, 65, you want to look at that a little harder than what somebody at, say, 30 to 60 is looking at it. Because without sounding rude or anything, your life expectancy is lowering. You're not going to get the great return on investment that you think you may get, because you may not have as long hair as you think you may have. So have a look at it. I'm pretty blunt in my estimations, but I like to be very honest with people and say, look, there's been multiple times that I've gone and seen a client and I've looked at it and said, you're actually better to go solar PV, and these are the reasons why you're better to look at doing it. Shift a couple of your loads to running during the day, and that's the best. So I'd happily walk away from a sale. I don't particularly care about the sale. I'm out to help people and to show people that there's better ways of running your home to reduce that power, and at the end of the day it gives your family more money in your back pocket rather than that power company. Any questions you've got, please come to me. I'm really pretty active on Facebook, so I like to jump on during the day on my phone and help people out with the questions they may have. So please come back to me with any questions you've got, and the trickier the better. Let's dig into what we can do to help you guys out. If you want any more information on our product, thermosolar.co.nz, or you can ring me direct on 0800 332 100. Like I said, come back to me with some questions.